Welcome in, everybody. We are live. I gotta shades.
With the Secret Service earlier this evening for roughly 70 minutes. The Secret Service also anticipates interviewing Director.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in.
8647 posts on Instagram, which can be interpreted as an assassination against President Trump. Here now to break down the latest and very unseen.
All right, guys. Welcome in. Happy Friday. It's Friday. Oh, we got some news to cover tonight. We got some news to cover tonight. We're going to hear, if you haven't already, we're going to hear Biden, the interview on Biden, on his health, how he was declining. Hello, Don't Peek, Whiskey Tango. Hopefully you're home, lovebirds. Biden struggles. This was, and he knew he was live. Also, former FBI investigation, Comey's investigation. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And also, there was a mass shooting at my place of work. Mass shooting. I am okay. And I am okay, but two people are pronounced deceased. And just for security reasons, I can't go on and talk about it too much. But I am okay. Good to hear that, Don't Peek. I'm glad you're home. Yeah. Several people are injured to a critical mass shooting in Las Vegas, my place of work, sister property. And we'll just say this, at the gym that I work at. We're going to move on from that. Shooter was deceased. And the person that he shot is deceased. May they rest in peace. And my deepest prayers go with the family and the members at this health club. All right, we're going to move on, guys. Crazy world, crazy world. So we're going to talk about tonight is the 8647 and what exactly that means. Come on in, guys. Happy Friday. Come on in. Come on in. Last night we had a great live. The night before, good lives. Thank you so very much for joining us here on this Friday. I'm trying to get my cigar lit. You know, we're going to start off. Mob Boss, how are you? Good to see you on here. We're going to start off with Comey, former FBI. I'm going to wait for more to come in here. I don't know. Let me just check out everything on my end real quick. All right, let's go. I'll read some comments here. Let me put some stuff up here, and then we'll get started. Thank you. Lovebirds, thank you so much. I'm glad to see you're home and back. Boy, Janine, shout out to Janine because you were in the hospital, and Mike M's on vacation. And Crystal spending time with her daughter, and Fabian's got his own channel. So we were like, Janine, God bless her. It was kind of crazy last night. So all I advise is to have a good time. Don't peek. Don't worry about the small people that much. All right. Good to see you, my boss. We got 12 in the chat. We're going to hear from Biden's recording on how bad it really was. We seen the chapter. We seen the book the last 4 years, but now to hear behind the scenes is on there. It's very, very, some of it is just an old man who, you know, I feel bad for, but supposedly he was running this country. So we're gonna listen to some of that. There's some of it on right now on Fox. Oh, there's Janine. How are you, Janine? So we're gonna listen to some of the recording here. Biden heard interview. Prosecutors probe whatever Biden shared. So Biden knew that he was being taped. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Right now, we're going to talk about the 8647, the seashell that former FBI director Comey put on his. What the hell was he thinking to put something like that? He's an FBI director, right? Not a young kid. Not that it inexcusable. What was he thinking about posting it on Facebook or, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the hell? Putting that on there, 86, what it means is eliminate. It's what street people, organized crimes would do. We'll leave it at that, right? It's a number, it means get rid of. 86, a lot of people don't know what it means. It's a slang term. It's very slang. Irish would do it, Italians would do it. No, I'm not judging. It was a term to get rid of. Whatever, get rid of. 47, he's the 47th president. He posted it He says, I'm sorry. He did apologize. Do you guys accept this guy's former FBI apology on this? Just another assassination. I mean, with all the assassination, Trump's had at least 2 that's been confirmed. 1 shot at his ear. And this guy is a former FBI. Ladies and gentlemen, you can hate people, right? I don't hate anybody, but you can hate. But when you go ahead and say these things, I mean, we had no social media in the 70s and 80s, right? We had payphones. But once you say that online these days on Trump, just because you don't like him, you should be in jail. That's the president of the United States. This, and you know, this is just, I'm not surprised. And what this does, for me, only me, ladies and gentlemen, it opens up a thorough investigation on his assassination. Because I'm not saying, let me look into the camera, and I quote, I'm not saying that Mr. Comey had anything to do with that, but for him to do things, that's why you got to be careful on social media. That's why when I hear some of these people come on here and call him the orange man, that's fine. Call him a dictator, that's fine. But when you come on and you wish death on anybody at any time, the president, the Pope, anybody, even Biden, believe me, they're watching. So I'm warning everybody on here right now. I've said this before. So be careful what you say. And that's on any of them. Kamala, any of them. So I'm just going to throw it out there. We got 4 likes. We're going to continue with this live here. Biden, we're going to talk about him not knowing, first of all, about his son. Let me just clarify something. Guys, what you see is what you get, and I will call Fox out. And I'm going to call him out again. We know he was declining. I want to hear it. It was embarrassing. I want to know who was running it. But he lost his son. Now, said that, in my opinion, maybe going forward, when you lose a loved one, you should go through some counseling. My mom is still not right. Now, she's not running for president. So stay with me, everybody. It should be no jokes on Biden. I didn't support him. In my eyes, he's the worst president ever. I still think he wasn't running this nation, but it's on his watch. But he lost his son. So I don't want to hear any jokes on that on here at all. He lost his son. Said that, they were talking on the interview, and I quote, he couldn't remember when his son died. You know, if he messed up the date, that's one thing, but he couldn't even remember the year. He couldn't even remember the year. So that's some serious problems here. I don't know what the hell happened here, guys. Hold on one second. I got bit by something out here. I got to check on something. Hold on.
He spent a lot of time in the Oval Office in the last 3 months. We know that from press accounts and from sources that were involved in the interrupting to the White House.
Yeah, I'm back. So, yeah, so we're going to listen to some of that in a little bit. You know, it's making all kinds of news. Fox is talking about it, CNN. These reports here, we'll listen to it in a second, and then you guys can leave me your thoughts on it. But before we do that, the 8647 they seen on the seashell, you know, first of all, what he should have done was he should have just buried it right there. Maybe go home, have a beer. This guy's in some serious, this guy's got some problems, and Trump's already said it. Trump goes a dirty, I quote, this is not from me, this is from our president, our great president, best president ever. I quote, he says, a dirty cop. He called him a dirty cop. And who we referring to, if you're just coming in, this dirty cop of Mr. James Comey, James Comey, sorry, James Comey. I quote, a dirty cop, and he'll let Pam Bondi deal with it. And really messed up, guys, really bad. You got to worry about other countries trying to attack you. We talked about Iran, this, that, whatever. You got to worry about people from the previous party and your own party trying to, you know, give you threats. And let me just, everybody understand something. What happened here? Hold on one second, guys. Okay. It's one thing, you know, for him to say, I don't like Trump, I don't agree with his policy, and so on and so forth. But to make these deliberate threats is crazy. So I'm aggravated with it, really aggravated.
I don't give you something reporting, but I wanted to hang. I guess I wanted to hang on to it just for posterity's sake. I mean, this was my position on Afghanistan. I've been of the view, from a historical standpoint, that there are certain points in history, world history, where fundamental things change, usually in technology. For example, without Gutenberg's printing press, Europe would be a very different place. Literally a different place, because countries would not have known what was happening in other countries, other parts of the country.
Joining us now is Senator Marsha Blackburn.
I don't know.
of
I can't
Tennessee.
understand
Senator,
what the hell
we haven't released these
he's
tapes.
saying.
There are more than 6 hours of tapes, but we've only
And that was
heard
just a
less than
couple
13
minutes, but
what's your impression after?
But not knowing when may his son rest in peace. May his son rest in peace. Not knowing when your son passed away. If you don't have to know the date, maybe it's hard. And but man, that's very sad. And you're gonna hear some more I have here. He doesn't complete his sentence. He's never completed his sentence. I mean, if you listen to him on YouTube in 1972 when he came into office, he just go back 8 years ago. At least he made somewhat sense on what he said, right? Let's be real. Don't agree with his policy, but it became he just don't know how to complete his sentence here. So it's very sad. I gotta just check something out here. So we're gonna listen to some more here. This is 4-minute tape. We'll listen to this.
During this time, we were living in Chambers Road, and there were documents related to the Penn Biden Center or the Biden cancer shot for your book. Where did you keep papers that related to those things that you were actively working on?
Well, I don't know. This is what, 2017, 18, that area?
Yes, sir.
Remember, in this time frame, my son is either been deployed or is dying. And so it was, and by the way, there were still a lot of people at the time when I got out of the Senate that were encouraging me to run in this period, except the president. I'm not, that's not a mean thing to say. I mean, he just thought that she had a better shot of winning the presidency than I did. And so I hadn't at this point, even though I'm at Penn, I hadn't walked away from the idea that I might run for office again. So if I ran again, I'd be running for president. And so what was happening though, a month ago dying.
Okay, so it's sad, guys. It's what's happening is he wasn't fit for president, and this is another major cover-up. And I feel that everybody in Congress. Let me move this over, guys. Welcome in. I feel that everybody who served on Congress should be investigated. How the hell did they let a sitting president from day one to answer and stutter and not? I don't know. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Like Trump says, it was embarrassing to the nation. I mean, this is nuclear. I mean, he was holding all this stuff. My God, thank you for saving us. It was just amazing. So all we seen is falling multiple times. People fall over and over. And now hearing this stuff and not knowing when his son died. They asked him when President Trump, what year was he running? He had that mixed up. I told you yesterday he was bringing cookies in for people, which is okay. Let's not be hard on that. Everybody likes a cookie, but he was handing out cookies. They were asking him, he was ready to go on the meeting, be interviewed. He was eating cookies, saying, let's go swimming in the pool. That was running our country. Who the hell was signing executive orders? It wasn't him, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't want to hear anymore, because I said this, and I stand corrected. I don't think Barack Obama was running this. Barack Obama would not involve, even though he wasn't a good president. This was scary. We need to know who the hell was behind it. I say donors. And I'm telling you, I stick to it. I say donors, people who donated money. Did you guys hear Bruce Springsteen today? What a piece of shit. He's another piece of shit. And De Niro, all these people who don't like Trump. And they're making threats too. They're all making threats, each and every one of them. And I'm telling you right now, I see any threats on here, I will personally take it to the next level. You can count on that, on the president or anybody. It's crazy. Enough's enough. If you don't like Trump, get over it. These are serious allegations here, and I believe that Congress should be at least interviewed and say, why did you cover this up? How the hell could you lie? We all seen it. But to hear this stuff, may his son rest in peace. Bo was his name. And not know? And I know a lot of people are going to come on here, well, he's old. Yes, but you got to remember, he was the president of the United States. Okay? He wasn't somebody, no disrespect, working in an office. He wasn't an attorney. He wasn't a personal trainer. He didn't work at a bar. He wasn't a farmer. He was running the United States of America with a woman, Kamala, you're fired, who had no clue but doing her nails and drinking. Bush, speaking of drinking, so we can get on him too if you want. This has got to stop going forward. They're not perfect. Not even Trump is perfect. But man, we got to really going forward. We got to stop this stuff. They need evaluations. We are the people that vote them in. We vote them in, whether you vote Democrat, Republican. And now this is all coming out, and hearing this, very frightening, very scary, knowing that 4 years, deeper and deeper, and he didn't even know, he didn't even complete his sentence. And he knew, excuse me for pointing, Biden knew that he was getting interviewed. So it wasn't like he didn't know. He knew that he was getting interviewed, that this was going to be out there. Jill Biden, his wife, it's a shame that she put her husband to this. Why? For the Biden name? If I was doing that, Maribel would take me, pull me away. It's a shame that his family member, none of them, came and said, hey, sister, whatever, it's time to step down. You did well, my friend. Let go. Awful what they did to him. Awful. Just awful what was going on. Now, thank you for coming in. I'm going to read some comments. Again, we had a shooting in my place of work, the sister property. 2 are pronounced dead, the shooter. Very hectic day finding out this. Several people are hospitalized, my place of work, sister property, around 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Mass shooting at the health club gym. And rest in peace. The person lost their life in the family, and cars are still at the parking lot, and because it's a crime scene. Unfortunate, it was a one person who went to the gym. I don't know what happened. Don't want to speculate, but they did get the shooter. And people go there to work out, release stress, feel good, look better, and this stuff happens. Well, I'm not surprised because it happens in churches. It's happened before at my gym. 10 feet away. I had to actually go in there and put some towels in about 3 years ago. I know a lot of people say, why do you live in Vegas? Well, why do you live in Florida? Why do you live in Philly? Why do you live in Jersey? Why do you live wherever? These things happen. I don't have the answers. Metal detectors, first thing comes to my mind. And we'll leave it at that. But yeah, kind of a hectic day, found this out. And, saddening from this, that we live in a world of evil. And then also, we live in a world of FBI director. These guys are FBI directors. They don't have to support Trump going forward, but to say the number 8647, it's a gang slang. A lot of Italians know it. We'll leave it at that. A lot of Italians know what it is. You Irish people, a lot of elderly people on here, show your age, know what 86 means. It means eliminate. It means eliminate. And he knew exactly what it meant. 47, all of us know that. 47th president, excuse me. These allegations on Comey is very serious, and I believe he should be prosecuted because this is the president, or not the president. It could have been his wife, if he's married, I don't even know, or anybody. It could have been former President Biden or Barack Obama. Allegation, this is serious stuff. And then posting it on Instagram. What a chooch. Are you freaking kidding me? What a world we live in. It's acting like a kid. What is wrong with people? Once you post something, we're not living in, if you're just coming in, we're not living in 1977 or even 87. Everything is social media. Once you put that on there, you can delete it all you want. It's out there. And these are serious allegations, and Trump is letting Pam Bondi handle this. Posting on Instagram photo of a seashell, I quote, a seashell, that spelled out numbers 8647, in parentheses, 86, a slang term of a definition that includes get rid of, remove, ice. It's a term to do that, and it can, anyway, his lawyers will fight this all they want and say this, that, whatever, but what they can't remove is that posted as the 47th president. He knew exactly what he meant. I quote, he did apologize to Trump. I'm sorry, apology not accepted. Apology not accepted. Very bad. Draws the line. You want to call him a dictator. You want to call him Hitler. You want to call him the Orange Man. You can call him this, that, whatever. Argue about the tariff tax. That's, all fine. But once you start making these threats and putting that on there, and I know what the lawyer's going to do. Argue that it was a bunch of numbers on the beach. I know how they play the game. But I'm telling you right now, he should be fully prosecuted 100,000%. Because you're dealing with a president, and you're also dealing with 2 assassinations that we know of, and many more, and probably more. So, horrible, sad news on that. What a shame. Yeah, Comey has a book coming out, Janine, next week. Yeah. And now I guess he's got to add to that chapter, right? He'll have to add to that chapter. I tell you guys, the last 4 years, each and every one of these, majority of these Democrats, man, it's one big cover. This is only the beginning. We have more cover-ups. I mean, we're already seeing and listening to this elderly president. We're hearing this. And I'm telling you, the assassination, we're going to hear more on that. I'm hearing my sources, Iranian. And then they say, well, how can you not look at the Democrat Party when you see stuff like this? Think. And I'm not saying that he was did this at all, but to make these threats, that's why you gotta be very careful when you make threats on social media, to loved ones, to friends. Very serious. Yeah, saying you're sorry after being caught is only a regret. Well said. I have zero tolerance. And if it was the other way around, Godfather, how are you? If it was the other way around and they were doing it to Barack Obama, believe me, I had very good friends who didn't like Barack Obama, were making bad threats to him. Not like threats to die, racial threats. I didn't like it. I don't stand for that stuff. I'm not for their policy, the Democrat policy, but you don't make those. This is bad. You're saying basically you want them removed. That's codes. If that doesn't, and they talk about Trump's 34 counts of felony, this here is serious. Am I the only one talking about this? This is bad. This needs to be shown over and over. Sorry. Now, I'm not saying everybody that's close to him that he was drinking beer with or whatever, they shouldn't be, but he should be definitely charged with something. For me, that falls under the category of a assassination attempt. But he'd probably get away with it. All right. He'll probably get away with it. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Welcome in, guys. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. And, kind of a rough day for me a little bit. Not rough day. I'm alive and well. But, it's family, when you have a shooting at the gyms and when you have a mass shooting and that kind of stuff. I think it made national news, or at least it was on, I think CNN covered it. What's up, London, England? How are you? Uncle Charlie, how are you tonight? Kathy, how are you? Kathy and Laps, good to see you guys both in here. ABC, what's going on? South Philly in the house, what's going on, South Philly? Bring me Joey's cheesesteak over here. Good to see Lovebirds is better. Thank God you're home and feeling better. Nothing like your own house and out of the hospital and get away from the hospital food and that kind of stuff. Should we listen in a little bit more? Let's listen a little bit more on former President Joe Biden.
2015 he died. 2015. I think it's 2015.
I'm not sure the months are, but I think it was.
Yeah.
That's right, Mr. President.
And what's happened in the meantime is that and Trump gets elected in November of 2017, 16.
2016.
All right. So,
Listen to this, guys.
what happened 2017?
That's when we left the office. January 2017.
Okay. But that's when Trump gets sworn in.
Right,
January.
correct.
Okay, yeah. And in 2017, Bo had passed, and this is personal.
This is personal.
The genesis
Oh.
of the book,
All right, first of all, guys,
title Promise.
may his son rest in peace. And it's very hard for a father and a mother. Let me just say that. Very difficult. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the President of the United States. And these questions that he had to answer, not knowing the dates and not knowing when his son, may rest in peace, Bo, died. Very serious. And how the hell they were watching what we're watching now, years later. The Democrats were watching. Nancy Pelosi was watching. Vice President was watching. All the Democrats, Barack Obama, all the Democrats, Bill Clinton, former Democrats were watching this. Why didn't they say, hey, we need to remove him now? And I don't want to hear about Ronald Reagan. It was at the very end of it. But any president, even Trump, if we see this in Trump, should be removed. Should be removed. They are protecting the United States of America. Of America. Stuttering. I don't even know what the hell he was saying. He's writing a book. The book is written. Shame. And it's sad. It's sad to have him go. I'm actually sad a little bit. Because I have a heart. And to hear him, you can hear the tears in his voice. You can hear the cry. You can hear the cry in his voice. But guys, he's the president of the United States. So that would be the time to say, big hug, high five. We need you, Joe. You need us, Joe. We're here. You need to step down. You did a good job. Whatever. Go step down. And they did not do that. And I'm sorry that the family had... Joe Biden, I'm sorry that your family put you through that. Very, very, very bad. And there's more tapes. There's more tapes. So that's just 4 minutes. There's other tapes on here we'll listen to for another 3 minutes. But imagine what else was going on. And from my sources, he was passing gas. He didn't know what bathroom to go into. Swimming pool. At times, he was sharp. Like he knew exactly what was going on for like 10 minutes and then forgot. Very sad to see a president, because now all this is coming out. Look, we've seen all this, guys. Looking down. Look how he's reading.
Crime by the Department of Justice under Joe Biden, and maybe many of those people are holdovers now.
Don't
and they
peek, coming
want the
strong
audio
with the red,
to
white,
get
and blue.
out. Because I think what it will show is that they let Joe Biden off the hook, even though they had him red-handed every which way with classified documents all over his house. And remember that Bob Bauer, his lawyer, told...
Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, they asked him a question that's coming up. I don't know if you've heard it yet. Let me know in the chat if you heard it, so I know maybe not to play it. We can play it. The classified documents that they found, he couldn't remember. Oh, yeah, that too. He couldn't remember. And I'm not saying he was guilty or not guilty. He couldn't remember where the hell remember it was the car, the garage, and the... Sad, very sad that we witnessed that. I'm so sorry that happened to all Americans, that a party can be so corrupted and hate Donald Trump so much. They hate Donald Trump so much, seeing it coming, to hate the party so much that they would do something like that. It's very sad. And that's why, if you're a Democrat on here, your party, the Democrat Party, our party, the party is finished for a very, very long time. It might be finished for many, many years. Many years. Remember me saying that. Awful. Sad. All right, I'm going to read some comments. Hope everybody's doing well on this Friday. Yes, we did take care of the homeless today. We went out and took care of a couple homeless on there. And, of course, the haters were on there as well. Right back to you. I pray AOC's in charge, somebody says. Welcome in the chat. That's your opinion. I pray that she's not in charge. MAGA for life. Yeah, great. Yeah, worse than that. People actually voted for him in that condition. You know, and here's the deal, Ozzy. On their defense, Ozzy, I think, again, on their defense, you know, and as I think what happened was they got hypnotized. And I blame CNN for this. I blame CNBC. I blame that. I blame elderly people who are watching this who got hypnotized and corrupted into that. It's a shame that we have. And Fox does it too. Let's be honest, guys. We know it. Let's say I watch Fox. Fox on the other side. I mean, they over-exaggerate too. You know, like showing him falling over and over and all that. It's just a little too much. And I also think that people out there, they got in their head and they hate Trump because he was not like any other president. You know, the businessman, the way he talks, being from New York, sounds like he's very rude. Yes, he cusses sometimes. I know Maribel doesn't like it. But again, guys, we have never witnessed someone like us. I guess I'll speak for myself. Just putting his pants on, not perfect. Right? Sometimes a little goofy. But man, you can understand him. He's clear. He stands in charge. He's standing tall with Iran. You know, we're safe or safer. Funny. Loves all kinds. Wants everybody to be successful. Has a heart. Gave out money. Unemployment. Relief. PUA. You shut down. High this, that, whatever. Stimulus checks. Investigation with Doge. All for us. A little bit for him. Why not? It should be a little bit for him. Why not? He should have a little ego. Anybody got a problem with that? Let me know. Let me know. He should. He saved our ass. God saved our butts. God saved our butts. For those who are coming in, like and subscribe and share this video. Appreciate it. As it's just sad today to see more developing stories of our former president, Joe Biden, acting very old, very disoriented, Alzheimer's stage 1 at the time, maybe stage 2. And aside from that, breaking news yesterday comes out with James Comey, dirty cop, as Trump, I quote, not me, dirty cop, knew exactly what he meant when he put these slangs on there. And I repeat, these slangs of 86-47, and 47 being the 47th president. And if you're just coming in, 86 means remove. Now, I know the lawyers are going to come out, his attorneys will come out and fight Pam Bondi and say, well, all it meant was remove him from office. And that's what they're going to say. You know that, I know that. Oh, remove from office. It didn't mean remove as removed from the earth. So that's what his argument from his attorneys will be on there. But I'm going to see right through that. Those allegations to do this, particularly at the time that he's had 2 assassination attempts, for me, should be very serious, and he should be held responsible. So, on there. If you're just coming in, welcome in. Happy Friday. Appreciate you being here. Yes. No one's home. Oh, I'm not angry. Don't peek. Not at all. I'm upset on, it's been a stressful day. There was a shooting at a place of work, and 2 people were pronounced dead. So that's got me a little bit, and don't like that kind of stuff. Don't like shootings anywhere. And upset about these who's running our nation for the last 4 years. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, and happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Not upset at all, lovebirds. Doing well. All right, we'll continue on. Yes, I'm good. Don't peek. Very well. Thank you. In Guam. What's happening, Guam? 11:34 in Guam. How are you? Just a shooting. 2 people were pronounced dead. The shooter and people are critical at one of my gyms. A sister property happened around 1:30 today. Crazy world, crazy people, and it's come to a time now where they're gonna have to work on some metal detectors, because this is not the first time it's happened. Happened once in my club about 15 feet from me, and now it's happening again. And everything's good, Uncle Charlie. I mean, just a lot of people shaking up, and families are without a loved one tonight. The Pakistan situation, Trump's got that all under control. Absolutely, Ozzy. I'm not smiling at the parrot here and my daughter over here with this bird. All right. No. No, he didn't touch it. I don't either, Ozzy. Huh? Yes. Unfortunately, they don't allow it at the place of work that I'm at. Ozzy. Sorry, guys. I had some questions coming in, a message coming in, a phone call coming in, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Kamala, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, don't peek. I'm fine. Just, it's just a rough day. But I'm sure, going back to this James Comey, I'm sure Pam Bondi, as Trump was asked, he says, hey, it's out of my control. We're going to let Pam Bondi handle it. I'm sure she's going to go after him and take this very serious. You know, again, if you're just coming in, we're talking about Biden's health in the last 4 years, the declining, and some video of him here. Well, listen to this other one. This is like 3 minutes. I'll let you guys listen to this for a second here.
In the course of explaining that memo about Afghanistan, you said to Mark, I just found all the classified stuff downstairs. And so you can imagine, we are curious what you meant when you said, I just found all the classified stuff downstairs.
I don't remember. I'm not supposed to speculate, right? So,
Correct.
okay, well, I don't remember, and it may have been, I just don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember telling Mark about
So he just don't.
President Obama?
He just doesn't. It was asked. The question was asked. I'm sorry about the audio, guys. I have as loud as I could. There's traffic. The question was asked about the documents. And he says, "I just can't remember." Remember, he said They were talking about his Corvette. I believe it was the Corvette that he had him in. The document. So he clearly there hearing that. How the hell did he know to make decisions on Iran, the economy, just going forward? Very scary hearing this stuff. Now let me make it clear. No president has been perfect, and not even Donald Trump, right? But to hear this, it's got to be the worst. This is definitely worse than, at least Jimmy Carter. I was little. At least Jimmy Carter made sense. He just didn't make great decisions, right? At least Bush, we know he was under the influence a lot, right? I guess I shouldn't joke with that, right? But, Bill Clinton was one of the best speakers, right? Speakers, not presidents, right? Of course, Ronald Reagan was very clear. In the last couple of weeks, was fighting Alzheimer's. But to hear this is sad. No disrespect to working at McDonald's or Starbucks. This was not a manager or at a corporation. This wasn't a father or anybody or sitting at a bar having a few beers. This is the president, commander-in-chief, ladies and gentlemen, of the United States of America. What happened? Why was this covered up? Let me ask you guys, the audience in here. Should Congress be investigated? Should they be shouldn't something be done? Or we just say, oh, hell with it, it's over with? Because if we just let it go, what prevents the next president, Republican or Democrat? Let's be honest. What prevents this 4 years from now, 8 years from now, 30 years from now? I'll be gone. Whenever. How do we eliminate this stuff? Shouldn't the doctor come out? No AI. A doctor evaluate you once or twice? Shouldn't we hear this stuff? Ladies and gentlemen, this is serious because this could be our future president. Future presidents. If we don't put a stop to it now, they should be held responsible. Congress seen this. His wife's seen this. His son's seen this. Well, maybe his son didn't see anything, but I can't say on here. But, use your imagination. But other families, he had a sister, right, that he got confused with. And doctors. How about the doctor? I'm sorry. He should be investigated. All cover up because of this, because of the green and Fazul's. That's a shame. Is that how we're going to be living going forward? And then having former FBI agents making, I quote, these photos of a seashell and on Instagram and having these codes of a former president or a sitting president now not with us anymore? What the hell? Here's a guy who is an FBI director. Like Trump says, and I quote, a dirty cop. Period. How could somebody that be on the streets? Who else will he do this to? We don't know what's going on in his head. I just said today there was a shooting my place at work. We got to take this stuff serious. We can't live in fear. I know that. You know that. Enjoy your life and have fun. But we can't let these people be out there without getting some mental help. FBI director making these allegations. That's horrible. Rice Smith says he needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail and learn. I know he apologized, but it's a little too late. Am I making a big deal out of it? No, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't walk in the room and threaten them, but still posting stuff like a little kid, like a little person, like AKA troll. Exactly. So that's upsetting for me, because as I get older, to see this world so upside down on both sides of the party, to go to the extreme, and I don't want to hear he was joking around either. Yeah, federal prison, yeah. I don't want to hear that he's joking around. Joking around would be color your hair, get a haircut, things like that, right? Which I don't think that should go on either, not as a former FBI, but I'm just saying, right? But this is not joking around. And I'm not saying he said that. I'm saying that. But still, This is serious. $86.47 impeach Trump. That's not what it means, and I know you're joking around. Absolutely, Kathy. That's a good one. Not a white-collar federal prison. Or you could send him to South Philadelphia or Staten Island. Send him to those places. But you won't see him much longer. These guys got big mouths, just like when they come on here. And like one guy said on my short today, all you gave him was $3 and a greasy hamburger. They're so big behind on here. I would love them to sit right in front of me. I'd even buy them a coffee. These pieces of crap. Absolutely, Debbie. High five, fist bump. But again, that's what happens with, I blame, not all, but I blame 50% on news stations. I really do. I really do. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised. Remember the guy, Janine, with the cane? Forget his name. The guy with the cane, waving the cane? How's that happen? Waving a cane on Trump. On his State of the Union or whatever they want to call it. I hear you, Gorilla Boss. I don't have to look anything up. I know what it means. Absolutely. We need to look at our own constitutions. I agree. Yep. It's a silent protest. Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on. You know, silent protest. Where the hell are you? People really in denial that much? My goodness. For Comey, let's read this comments. Sorry, Kathy. For Comey to put that out on social media, he knew exactly what he was doing, and I think he has been sneaky behind the scenes. Absolutely. He knew exactly what he was doing, and it's one thing for him to go have a beer at a bar and, you know, but to put that, he knew exactly what he's doing. They think they're just, you know, they again, Kathy, they really dislike Trump in so many ways and feel that they can do whatever they want. And then you wonder why people point parties at the Democrat Party. And I don't mean the whole party. You now makes you, what the hell? Now you know why they got Bongino. Now you know why Bongino, that Trump hired Bongino. And Judge Janine, and Pam Bondi, and Marco Rubio, and J.D. Vance. Now you know why he's got Bongino. I wouldn't trust anybody but the names I just said. And even some of them. Because you got to remember, guys, I said this like a broken record for those who are new coming in here. We witness right now something we're never going to see any. He is a mob boss. I've said it. He's one of us, and he's fighting for all of us. And as Don't Peek said a couple nights ago, he is the president for all. He's saving our ass. More ways than one. More ways than one. We talked about this last night with Iran. Not under my watch. Get rid of your nukes. He's not messing around with border control. He's investigating Doge. And so on and so forth. In 110 days or 115 days or so. Yes, for the world. Oh, is that right, Gorilla Boss? Let's try a new cigar out. So my neighbor yesterday, shout out to Rick. I have a great neighbor. He's conservative. He's a big Trump supporter. So Rick, if you're on here, thank you so much dropping this cigar off for me yesterday. Mr. Rick, thank you so much. I'm going to try it out. Oh, he's a big conservative, Rick. Oh, he's more than I am. Let's see, Rick. That's horrible. I'm just kidding. Very good, Rick. Thank you so much. You have the same hat? Nice. God bless. Yeah, God bless those little people. But, you know, Debbie, as you can see, we have a former FBI director as a little people, right? It's one thing on the internet coming in here and calling the Orange Man and dictator and Hitler. But this is worse than the little people. Think about it, Debbie. What did he do? Smoke a cigar? Light up the cigar the wrong way? Don't peek? What did he do? What did he do? What did your husband do? Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. 32 likes if you're coming in for the first time. We appreciate you being here. We have a good group in here. Great moderators. Say hello to the moderators tonight. Don't Peek and Janine. We got Mike M on a vacation. May God bless him and enjoy himself. I know Crystal is absent right now. I never trusted him, Debbie. I good bad vibes on him. Dr. Fauci and many others. Lincoln Miller, what's going on? Good to see you back on here. Hello. Lionheart, welcome in the chat. God bless you. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're wasting your breath. I hear you, Florida living. Crocodiles, alligators, mosquitoes, and good oranges. Oh, beautiful. See, you know what? Don't peek. Where's your husband at? Let me see him. High five, fist bump. Great husband. You know that already. None of us are perfect. Don't peek. None of us. Right? Sometimes you say something. But that there is 1,000 words. In my opinion. So shout out to your husband and God bless him. Now let him have a damn cigar. All right. Little people are for 4 years. Fucking asshole. There you go, Ozzy. That's it. Don't put up with this shit. Sheila, how are you? Janine. Let's all have a cocktail. If you can drink. I'm having Diet Coke. So what? Never need to apologize. Don't peek. AKA Lovebirds. Hey, Janine, are we tired of winning yet? That's from Gorilla Balls. Nope. How are you, Tammy? Damn right he's a boss. So what? Love it. He's the real deal. He's what you see, what you get. Sheila, I'm 98 years old. You know what? I just seen a picture of me. My wife's in Puerto Rico. She sent me this picture. I'm like, what happened to all my hair? I had all this hair. I was in Disney World smiling. And the years go by. And the years go by. I told my wife, why'd you send me that? All right, let's continue. Gotta laugh, Kathy. You got to laugh. I think Trump's a funny guy. He's a guy who would sit down. He doesn't drink, but he would have a Big Mac with you. Did you guys see the Big Mac truck? He would have a cigar with me. He'd come in, high five us. What's going on? You guys better talking good about me. You know, he's good. He even felt sorry for Biden on the debate. If you're just coming in, could have eliminated him on that debate. He didn't. He could have knocked him out. He didn't. Good guy. I don't know how people don't see that. Yeah. We have 145 in the chat, 37 likes. Appreciate you guys being here tonight on this Friday. Friday night. Goodbye, troll. See ya. Don't want to be ya. The weather's nice. Weather's nice here today. It's going to be cool for the next couple of days. Next week, stay tuned. We are going to be, we are going to be camping. It's going to be 105 degrees in Las Vegas. I'll be up in the mountains. I'm taking off Thursday. When I say taking off, I am not working. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, back to work on Monday. We'll be live 3 out of the 4 days up in a campsite, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to tell some ghost stories. Yeah, I'm going to take off. I need a little break. Not off of YouTube, but off of work. So 4 days up camping. I even went to the little boy's party for his birthday. I have no problem with the plain gift. Where did the question go? Did somebody get rid of that comment? Shoot, I wanted to read it. Let's see here. I have no comment with the. I have no problem with the plain. If you're new to the channel, I've talked about the last 2 days, but you guys have no idea. I have no problem accepting the plain as a gift. God bless you, Uncle Charlie. I like Ashton. Camacho's are good cigars. Hey, Trump says dirty cop. This is a dirty cop. You're welcome, Cash. Stay away from Macanudos. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, Ozzy, I got it. Yeah. John call. What's up, John? Don't worry about who pays the tariffs. Worry about yourself. Is there any other way? Let me ask you this. Do Democrats have a solution on how to save us? Spending and a deficit? No, they just want to keep printing out more money. Close us down. Send more money to Ukraine. Help out other countries. Damn right I agree with tariff tax. And by the way, if you're a Democrat, other presidents, and Nancy Pelosi, who's not a president, has spoken about it. Hillary, who was never a president, and other Democrats. So give me a break with the tariffs. That's all you got for me? Sal, I forgot to tell you, you know what I got from my husband. Other than the rose, what else? Did you see that, Debbie? That's just a down payment. That's all it is. For a brand new car. Come on down. See? And all joking aside, Democrats, this, that. They don't have a clue what to do. All they want to do is call Trump bad names. But this is 8647 is worse than that. Forget about it. Pardon me, I have nothing to say, George Carlin. Whoa, JT, for the membership. Forget about it. High five, fist bump. Thank you for your support, JT. It's not on notice in all your super chats and donations as well. Thank you. Not on notice. Appreciate you. These are serious allegations. I got him some scotch and a cigar. He was laughing. Good. God bless the scotch and the cigar. And he got you a rose. Now he can go smoke and drink a scotch. I don't know what time it is over there, but it doesn't matter. We do need some Carlin these days. Amen. I think he'll be. My feeling is he's messing with the wrong Pam Bondi. All Trump's got to do is look at Pam Bondi like this. Look, that's all. He told me you watch too much, Sal Capano. That's funny. Yeah, now this is serious allegations here. Not good. Now, if somebody on the Republican side did this, I would say the same thing. But, oh my God, it'd be Democrats, CNN, they'd be crying. Oh, it'd be over. I don't know, Janine. I part of me says yes, but, for me, Janine, it's serious. To put that out there. But I don't know, Janine, the more I think about it, it'll probably be a slap on the wrist. I mean, he'll never be able to get back into. I don't think he'll be back into the Oval Office, or I think his reputation. It could go either way. It's just terrible that they hate him that much. What? But why? That's the question. Why? He's doing everything for all of us. Even these stunads, even these pieces of shit, even the Democrats. He's doing for all of us. I don't understand how they don't understand. But they hate him. They're jealous because he's not a politician. He's not corrupted. He's not taking money. He doesn't come out more money than he came in, making millions. All right? He's not doing what Nancy Pelosi did with the stock market. Right. He's not starting viruses and COVID and all that kind of stuff. He calls people out. They love him. And Qatar, Middle East. All he does is look at Iran, no nukes. Putin's scared. That's going to end. And they're all jealous because they wish they can be like him. That's all that is. Ivan, welcome in. Let me tell you something about this. This goes way back from my family, Italian. Accepting that gift, that's a big handshake to save the world. You don't accept it, it shows weakness. That plane was made in the United States of America. I have no problem accepting that. He didn't accept cash. He didn't accept a cigar or a couple. He accepted a big gift for America. It's peace. If he didn't accept it, what would you say then? Oh, why didn't he accept it? You can't win. He can cure most diseases tomorrow, Trump, and they would still hate him. And he's the best president ever. Get over it. Best ever, just like the flag says. But we just heard the former president who couldn't complete a sentence. He didn't even know his son, Bo, may he rest in peace, what year he died. Not the date, the year. And it's just coming out. Fallen multiple times, not once, twice. Passing gas. Wants to jump in a pool. Worrying about potato chips to the State of the Union. Oh, but you want to question Trump from getting a gift. Get the hell out of here. He's almost perfect. Almost. Almost perfect. And he's doing it for all of us. And our children, our future, Democrat Party and Republican. He's changing all parties. Kamala. First of all, Cole, welcome in. Am I reading this right? Kamala embarrassed him in a debate? She embarrassed herself. She embarrassed herself. Where was she? Where was she? Poland and Hungary loved him. Most countries love him. They fear him. They like him. He's funny. He shaked yesterday in Saudi Arabia. He was shaking everybody's hand, JT. That's funny, JT. Yeah. I was going to say he was shaking everybody's hand. His hand hurt so much he couldn't even sign. He couldn't. He's a lovable person. Yeah. Kamala won't see her no more. No governor of California. No vice president. No president. The Democrat that you're seeing on the news as of late, none of them will be president. None of them. I hear you, James. Thank you, Don't Peek. They all respect him. And I believe he will have a sit down and talk with Putin very soon, if that's what it takes. Biden got us into this. Didn't even know he got us into this. That's a great comment. Me too, Ozzy. I would vote for Trump. I'll read that one. I would vote for Trump if he was still a Democrat. Absolutely. Again, though, I feel that he's like right down the middle. I think this is the closest independent president. Ross Perot, here you are. Because he has the R, but he's independent. Because he doesn't really, if you think about it, doesn't really sound like a Bush or a Republican. He sounds like us. I continue to say this like a broken record. He sounds like for us. And he's trying. Thank you, Gorilla Balls. Appreciate it. Obama was the third worst president. Ross Perot. That's a name, huh? Ross Perot. Will we have a female president in the next 8 years? Yes or no in the chat. Will we have a female president? I hope so, Michael. He deserves it. I think so, Michael. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Because, Michael, you're talking about the President of the United States. No female president in 8 years? No? A couple of no's? He's the best. Why do we support Trump? Next question. The best. Yeah, I don't see any out there at the moment. Whiskey Tango 1953 says, I'm a female. I kind of hope not. How about a gay president in the next 8 years? Pete Buttigieg. Think he'll be president or anybody gay? Ted Cruz? No? Never? 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 Never gay? Never? How about a Jewish president? Think we'll see a Jewish president in the next 8 years? Josh Shapiro or somebody like that? Somebody says we've already had a gay president. Was he open gay? Nope. Appreciate you guys coming here on this Friday night. Never a dull moment with the Democrat Party. Always something, but this here is not just something. This is serious allegations to put these numbers up. 8647, assuming, very dirty person here, this Coney guy. Never liked him. Possible Jewish president? I think so. We already have an Italian president. Donald Trump. He acts like one. I think it's possible. I don't see a problem with a gay president or a Jewish president. As long as they stand tall, fight for the American people on both sides, nobody will duplicate Donald Trump. I've said this the last 3-4 nights like a broken record. Yeah. We'll have definitely, some good presidents. They'll say, wow, they did great on this. I've never seen this. They did this, but nobody exactly like Trump that is not afraid to call the media out, not afraid to call out anybody out, to take a bullet for us. I mean, I'm really worried about him. Now, we just talked about this last night. Now you have a Democrat, former FBI of all people, putting these numbers out there like some kid in high school. That's dirty. That is a dirty cop. Who the hell can you trust? You can't trust your opponent, your Democrat Party. Come on, we're supposed to be all in one. Just disagree on certain issues, right? Again, if you're just coming in, I didn't care for certain presidents, Barack Obama, but, I would shake my head like, I can't believe you did that. But I stood behind him. I didn't like anybody calling him names out. Shit. Even Biden. We didn't know who the hell was running our nation, but we stood behind our country. And think about that as I close my book here in this chapter, as we're approaching the end of this live. Think about this, guys. Who was running our country? Remember I'll speak for myself, we said maybe Barack Obama? No. Who the hell was? Who the hell was writing on the paper? If this guy was passing gas, eating cookies, and didn't know when his son passed away, and didn't know who didn't know who Trump was. I mean, look at this guy. We've seen this a lot. His hand on his nose. Sorry for the glare. Look at this guy. What a shame. What a damn shame that the Democrats rolled the dice and put Joe Biden. They knew damn right well his mind was gone. If they didn't know in week 1, they sure enough knew by first year. To keep him in and then replace him at the very end. They should be ashamed of themselves. And his wife, Jill Biden. They all should be very ashamed of themselves. All big cover up. Because why? The legacy of the name Biden? They would have been better off replacing him 6 months. And not with Kamala Harris. They would have just been better off replacing with somebody. But I'm happy. I'm very happy that I'm not happy what happened, and I don't wish it on anybody, but I'm happy because Trump did a term, let this happen. We seen on how this nation went on the Democrats and what they wanted and what was their agenda, and to go forward and to try to make it socialism. And they started with the virus and the COVID, and that's going to be more exposed in my opinion. Closing down, not for weeks, but for years, 2 years to be exact, and then have a president come in and take charge and to protect us, and done so much in 114 days, whatever the hell it is. Amazing. He's done more than governors, mayor, than anybody, any president in this amount of time. But people are still going to criticize him. They're still going to criticize him. Why did he take a gift? Why did he do this? Why didn't he do that? What about the tariffs? This, that, whatever. If he doesn't do that, we sit back and we just go deeper and deeper in depth. By the way, we talked about this last Saturday. Signing a bill, millions of dollars, and helping out the homeless and vets, which we doing here. That's another thing. They need to cover that more. Fox needs to put that on there more. And not just to get them, like Gavin Newsom, into a facility. No, but to have counseling and doctors to help them. And then those say he doesn't have a heart. No, he doesn't have a heart. You are too delusional, somebody says. Thoughts on that's bad. He should be in jail. Should be in jail right now. And that's not just on Trump. That's any president to put those numbers out, to put that on Instagram or wherever the hell he put it on. I think it was Instagram, to be correct. Have a great weekend. God bless you. Enjoy yourself. Thank you, Janine. Yes. Yes. And he's trying. He's trying. You can't help everybody, but at least he's trying, Gorilla Balls.
Chris Whipple, one of the authors of these tell-all books, no way would I have let Joe Biden go into that interview if he was non-compos mentis. Do you think I would do that as his lawyer? It is insane, and I think there's more to this, and I just wonder why Pam Bondi doesn't release the entire audio instead of just selectively leaking bits to Axios.
So I think this is an outstanding
Thank you, Debbie.
question because based on what was going on with the Oversight Project, the court had
Appreciate
determined,
Debbie.
my understanding is that by May 20th, they either needed to, the Trump Department of Justice needed to make a determination as to whether or not they were going to continue to fight its release, or they were going to have to cough up all of these. So
Okay.
why would it's, you know, in a 6 p.m.-ish hour on a Friday night would 13 minutes come out? I think that begs another question for another day. Dan and Miranda, really do appreciate you joining us tonight on Hannity. All right, coming up, former FBI Director James Comey met with the Secret Service tonight after his controversial 8647 post. Greg Jarrett and Nicole Parker will join us with more as this special.
I don't know if you heard, but they're saying that Pam Bondi should expose all the tapes. We heard enough. We don't need to hear anymore. Most Americans already know. We've seen that whole book. We've seen chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we heard 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I think we know. We need to go forward now. We need to go forward. And we are going forward with Donald Trump. So I don't think we need to hear anymore. I really don't. And we can go on. I can find more. We already seen it. Unless we were living under a rock, we've seen it. Democrats have seen it. That's why they voted for Trump. That's why the Democrats voted for Trump. That's why that election was over like in 2 hours. He took every swing state. The best. The best. A good cigar, Rick. Thank you. Rick, thank you for the cigar. Debbie, thank you. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, don't pay him any attention. Thank you. Yeah, the Amish did. I talked to the Amish when I was in Pennsylvania, Debbie. They love Trump. Sorry, I'm taking I'm not ignoring you. I'm taking this piece of paper off the cigar. They love Trump. JT. Hold on, JT. 2 high fives. Yeah. I got a new flag I'm going to be putting up real soon. It's going to be called Deal With It. Deal with it. With a cigar in his mouth. In fact, I'm going to send him a cigar. I think I'll send him one of these hats. We'll put Trump right on here. We'll say, Trump boss. What do you think, Ozzy? Send him one of these hats. The boss is in town. The boss in other countries. The best. Best ever. Thank you, Janine. Terry, how you doing in Alabama? Yeah, I just hope so, Terry. I hope they don't. his lawyer tries not to, I don't know. We'll see. He definitely belongs in jail. Baldwin, how are you? How about the time we had a boss? Bring all the bosses back. No, all joking aside, no, he should definitely, I don't know how long he should be in jail. I don't know how they're going to, the statutes and everything, but they definitely got to take that serious. What's up, Buffalo Steven? How are you, Steven? God bless you. Here's something for you, Steven. God bless you, Mayor. United States of America. Anthony, how are you, Anthony? Hope everybody's having a good Friday night and set up for a good weekend. Make sure you spend time with yourself, your family. Always spend time with yourself, your family. Believe in Trump. Sound control. God bless South America. God bless all of us. But hearing these recordings of Biden, man, it's very sad. Former FBI Director James Comey meets with Secret Service after controversial 8647 post. Will California go red? Yes, I think so. I think so. I think they're fed up. I think they're fed up. That De Niro's a piece of shit. Bruce Springsteen, I was just complimenting him. He's been staying quiet. Couldn't keep quiet, could he, Bruce Springsteen? Stick to your music, Bruce Springsteen. Matter of fact, I don't even want to listen to any of his music anymore. And I'm from... Get the hell out of here, Bruce Springsteen. Piece of shit. Paul, how are you, Paul? It was. California's getting... I mean, Vegas here, they voted Trump. Brandon, how are you? Yeah. People are just fed up. And even those people who voted for Trump who still don't like Trump, they know it's the right thing to do. Smart people. Smart people. Love that comment, JT. No news for Roxy. No, don't peek. I haven't heard anything. So, and North Carolina, the question was Roxy. She was a loyal subscriber, moderator. Let's hope the best for her. Sometimes people just get off the internet. Don't peek. Let's hope that be optimistic. But no, I haven't heard anything. Wish her the best. Roxy, if you're watching, we all care about you. Hopefully you're doing well in North Carolina. Well, last time we heard is when they had, was it Hurricane Milton? Correct me if I'm wrong. It was a big hurricane, and she came on the chat a few times. I know she had some health problems. Amen, James. I text her. Did not call. Text her. Maybe I did call once. I definitely text her. Freedom is a scary deal. Yep.
Does he have all those protections moving forward, or is he culpable?
Here's a piece of shit right here.
If he did this, allegedly, I'm trying to put all the disclaimers I can in there. How culpable could he potentially be?
Well, Jason, the legal standard is, did Comey know that his public message could be understood as a threat of harm to the president?
It went well, Mark.
Particularly in the context of 2 assassination attempts. In other words, did he mean it as a true threat? If so, yes, he could be prosecuted because the courts have said a true threat is not protected as political speech under the First Amendment. Look, Comey knew exactly what he was doing. So
We'll
he
see how that
immediately
goes,
tried to
guys.
cover up
It
his
can go either way.
intent, as you point out, by claiming
Allegedly.
that he
It
didn't
can go either way.
realize the term 86 connotes getting rid of somebody by violence.
He's still innocent, but
Gee whiz.
once you post it on Instagram,
Is that believable? Not a chance. He was a federal prosecutor, head of the FBI. It is
Absolutely, JT, yep.
away for 86ing people. He knows what it means. He's not an idiot. He's malevolent. But now he's trying to weasel out
Yes, Anthony.
playing dumb, Jason, which is what he always does. As you know, he lied about the Russia hoax. He deceived the FISA court. He lied to the American people. He's devious. And when he was finally forced to testify in the House, you remember this, he said, I don't recall or I don't know 226 times. So his standard backup defense is
he says he apologized, this, that, whatever, He didn't know what he was doing.
Stupid. He is conniving, he's scheming, he's unscrupulous, not to mention vainglorious. I mean, he's truly a despicable person. I think he's lying.
I mean, that's it there in a nutshell, Debbie. High five, fist bump. Should not threaten the president, our president. Yeah, and he did. Whether it was written down or a photo of it on a clamshell. Excuse me, I stand corrected. On a seashell. It doesn't matter. You're posting that with those numbers. It wasn't like numbers like 1, 2, 3. It wasn't his date of birth. He didn't come out and say Trump's a clown. Trump's a dictator. Even that I don't like, but then that's so, but no, these are threats.
Even before I was elected, I was
She's probably spending time, don't peek, with Isabel. It was her birthday on Wednesday, I believe. She came on here on Wednesday, I think. Or yeah, she was on Wednesday, not here yesterday. I'm sure she's spending time with, she's had a busy week. Her husband's birthday and Isabel's birthday. And then she's also got some back problems. Sancho, how are you? But she, as far as I know, she's doing well. I'll reach out to her. Paul says he knew exactly what happened. Implied. Yeah,
Did you
he knew.
Your brain has 3 dimensions of memory working
Again, if you put a photo of him,
and long term.
of an AI generated something goofy,
Created new
that pissed me off. But like, okay, we know he's a piece of shit, but he knew exactly what he was doing, allegedly, with those numbers.
Tested ingredients to support 3
So,
dimensions of memory.
He should be prosecuted, but I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do
When
this.
you need to remember Marie.
Start drilling safely with horsepower video.
What's that? James Comey worked in law enforcement, and he don't know 8645 way. Yeah, exactly, Anthony. Exactly. That'd be like a organized Italian, Irish, I'll just say it, a mafia guy. Not, there's codes, and those codes will eat you up alive. He knew exactly, Now, how long he should be locked up and how they prosecute him and how they take it, well, that's a whole nother, that's under, that's up to the judge and everything, but he definitely should be prosecuted. And, but they'll prosecute Donald Trump for absolutely nothing. Nothing. Not even a misdemeanor. Not a gross, nothing. Nothing was true. Right? So. Yeah, Dan Bongino. Yeah, I mean, Janine asked me earlier, or somebody asked me earlier. I just don't know. I know that he should be prosecuted for some length of time. That's up to you guys. I don't feel they should, life. Let's just be honest. But, he didn't put a weapon in his face. But what he did was, and he's a former FBI. He's a piece of, look, guys, he's a piece of shit. That's it. Just like a lot of the party. Not all the party, but a lot of them. A lot of them. They're all full of shit. And then I hear Democrats, moderate Democrats, oh, well, he hasn't done much. What do you mean he hasn't done much? He's done more than much. He's too busy eating ice cream, worried about potato chips being short. My friend, I said this over like a broken record. We'll never forget that. How did anybody forget that? Did you? On a State of the Union, worried about potato. Yeah, and that's again. I blame not just Biden. I blame the whole administration, Congress, all of them. Starting from his wife, Joe. She's married to him. The torture that poor guy. I say poor guy. I mean, he's for all Americans, and you know what the hell his left hand, his right hand was. Come on. Oh, Dan Bongino's the best. And that's why Trump's got him in there. He's definitely behind the scenes. You don't hear anything about him, Debbie. Thank you for bringing that up, Debbie. High five fist bump. Actually, you get 2 high five fist bumps. Yes, absolutely. He's not just there wasting his breath. And he knows how to deal with this shit, with this stuff. If you're just coming in, like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys.
Today's the day to join the club. Your club, Sam's Club.
Get fast, powerful relief of your worst symptoms, like nasal congestion. Claritin clears. Welcome back to this special edition of Hannity.
All right, guys, I'm going to sign off here in just a minute or two. I just want to say thank you, moderators, Don't Peek and Janine, for being here tonight. I know we have some on vacation, some spending time with their family. Appreciate all the memberships on here and all the donations for the homeless. It helps me and Maribel out a lot as we help out. If you're new to the channel, we help out the homeless and the vets here in Las Vegas metropolitan area. Again, we pray for the there was a shooting at my place of work, sister property. I'm not going to mention any names for security reasons, and it's under investigation. 2 people were pronounced dead here in Las Vegas, and several people injured at the gym where people go to work out and relax and have fun. And these things are happening. We hear this all the time, but it's happened way too many times. And I don't have all the answers, but it's the world we live in. We can't live in fear. We got to enjoy life, but at the same time, unfortunately, we got to turn our heads and know the exits, be a step ahead. And unfortunately, we're not living in the 70s anymore. We are now in another world. And unfortunately, here we have an FBI director. And I'll end this with this. If we can't trust a former FBI, even though he doesn't agree on Trump or doesn't like Trump, if we can't keep our country safe on both parties, I speak on both sides, then what the hell kind of system do we have going forward for future presidents, like future Democrat presidents and Republican presidents, independent presidents? How do we do this? How do we stop? How do we have doctors investigate these presidents and find out that they're just not able to go forward as a president? Maybe in life, that's their business, but forward as a leader, commander-in-chief. I mean, you hear him speak. I don't think he could run a Starbucks, or no defense to Starbucks. I don't think he can even run a bar, no defense to a bar. He was absolutely not there at all. Alzheimer's, mental problems, whatever it was, age. For me, it was a combination. Losing your son is not easy. May he rest in peace, Bo. Let me get that straight. Losing a child, my mom is still not right. But he's the commander-in-chief. How's that happen, right? So I kind of feel sorry for him. But then again, look what we just had. And now Trump's got to come in, and people expect miracles, which he's moving. If you had a stick shift car, he's in 4th gear, almost in 5th. And yes, he will end these 2 wars. I'll leave it at this. And I believe in the next 2 weeks, he'll have a sit down with Putin, and these wars will end. And he's trying, and that's all we can ask for. And again, he's not perfect. He's almost perfect, and he will make mistakes. But man, he is trying, and that's more than we've seen in a lifetime from any president. And I say this for one more time. Bill Clinton was a very good president, and I voted for him, and so was Reagan. But let me make something clear for the last time. Maybe not. He is not a Donald. Both of them are not a Donald Trump. Okay, he is one of a kind. And I know there's been other decent presidents, but this is one of a kind. So we went from one of a kind to absolutely, we don't know who the hell was running our country. With that said, think about that. Everybody, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, think about who the hell was really running our country. We just don't know. Will we ever find out in the chat? Will we ever find out who is really running our country? Unfortunately, we probably won't. Because you know why? It's this and power. And if Bongino, speaking of Bongino, and does investigate or Pam Bondi, they got to worry about threats on them and their families. And that's a very scary thing, guys, because I don't think Bongino's worried about himself, but he does have family. And likewise on Pam Bondi. And also on Trump. So Trump's got to be... Because here's the thing about Trump. He's 78 years old. He's already been shot. Almost not with us. So he probably doesn't care anymore. But still, he's got to be smart. So unfortunately, I don't know if we'll ever find out who actually... who's running this country. But I think we're going to find out who did pull that... Who was behind that assassination attempt. Let me complete my sentence so nobody puts words in my mouth, on that July 13th. Coming up almost 1 year already. Can you believe it? 1 year. And here he is, president, the 47th president. Speaking of 47, he knew exactly what he meant, James Comey. He knew exactly what those numbers were, like somebody alluded to in the chat. He was an FBI. He knew what those numbers are. He made it clear. And he put it on Instagram. Whether he put it on for a minute or 1 hour, still, it was up there. He put it up there. So he wasn't that smart. He put it up there. It was exposed. And he should be held and, in my opinion, put in prison.
Given his position, given his knowledge, given the
How you doing, Samuel?
that he has in this country, his former
And they should be covering this, Fox. All the news should be covering this all weekend. So everybody sees this piece of crap.
call to others, it's screaming for others to do what we don't want to see happen in another assassination attempt of the city.
We got to worry about other countries, and I'm going to wrap this up, and other sick people living in this country to assassinate our president and our vice president and Bongino and many others in the cabinet. We got to worry about a former FBI director. Are you kidding me? Think about that. It's still coming in on me. Like I'm digesting this. Like, come on. What's going to be next? Who's going to come out next? Are they that stupid, the Democrats? And they want to save their party, and they want to take the House in less than a year. They don't have a chance to take the House. Not doing this kind of stuff. And unfortunately, there might be 2% of Democrats that are decent. 2, maybe 3. With that said, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. May God bless you and your family on this weekend. God bless Donald Trump and the homeless that we fight for on here. Wish them well. Make sure you check out the shorts. There's shorts out there every day. Doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, Independent. These people should not be on the streets. We need to work on this mental illness. We need to, and Trump is doing his best, and he better, because if he doesn't, I will call him out too, because that's what I do. I'll call myself out when I forget water for these people. If I call myself out, I have the right to call anybody out. But again, Trump is trying. Hey guys, I appreciate you guys coming in here. God bless America. Janine, Lovebirds, Don't Peek, AKA, thank you so much for being here. I know we're short on mods. You guys are doing the best. I'll see you on the next live. High five, fist bump. God bless America, and God bless you. Take it easy. Support your other YouTube channels once in a while. Agree or disagree. Help them out with a little like. That's free. Take care, guys.
Have you always had trouble with your weight? Me too.